Going on, everybody? It's Key Time coming back with another one to talk about the NBA play-in tournament. We have two more games tonight, the Miami Heat and the Philadelphia 76ers and the Atlanta Hawks and Chicago Bulls. I'm going to get into both of those games right quick. But last night, those were two great play-in tournament games. The first one was the Los Angeles Lakers and the New Orleans Pelicans. It really was a good game. The Lakers almost lost a close one again, but Lakers were up by 13. Then all of a sudden, the New Orleans Pelicans had a fierce rally, and then Zion Williamson gets hurt. He had a left hamstring injury. That's what they're saying. So, Zion Williamson, he had a good game. He had 40 points, but it seemed like nobody else was there to shoulder the load for him. So, what the Pelicans need to do in the offseason is get a point guard outside of C.J. McCollum. Because C.J. McCollum, he's a good point guard, but if he doesn't have it most nights, like he had a decent game last night, but not the type of game that you need in a playoff style situation to take the game over. So last night, McCollum did good. Zion Williamson had 40 points. He really showed up when it mattered, but you need a supporting cast. Like I said in yesterday's show, you need a supporting cast to help you in the playoffs. Now, with the New Orleans Pelicans, they get another chance to play the Sacramento Kings on Friday night. That is a winner-take-all, loser goes home. So that is a pro in and of itself after last night. Now, the second game I want to talk about from last night, the Sacramento Kings and Golden State Warriors. Golden State really has to look at themselves in the mirror now. Because last year, you were on the cusp of losing to the Sacramento Kings in the first round of the playoffs. If it wasn't for Steph Curry dropping 50 points in a game 7, they probably would have lost. And then you look last night, and they lost. Draymond Green, he really didn't have a good game. Steph Curry had a good game. And the Golden State Warriors, they had a lot of defensive lapses. But one of the X factors I said yesterday for the Sacramento Kings showed up and showed out. Keegan Murray. I said Keegan Murray, he would have to step up, and he did. He had 30 points last night. So, after all of that, with those defensive lapses that the Golden State Warriors have, and also, as far as bench production, it was lackluster. Lackluster bench production, and you only had Steph Curry basically willing the team, just trying to keep the team in it. And now we have to look at what Klay Thompson did. Obviously, worst game of his career. He was 0 for 10, didn't make any shots, didn't get to the foul line, and he was 0 for 10, 0 for 6 from the three-point line. So, the Golden State Warriors, front office, team management is at a crossroads. What do? You still have Steph Curry under contract. Klay Thompson, all throughout the season, he has had a shooting slump. Do you trade him for additional draft picks for the 26, 27, and 28 season? Or do you bring back Klay Thompson for the veteran minimum and keep Draymond Green for the veteran minimum, because Draymond Green, he also has a contract. And plus, another thing, it's time for, I believe that the best days for the Warriors with this bunch, I believe, is behind them. Because last couple of years, they've had some near misses, but it was a whole lot of luck involved that kept them in the playoffs last year and then the year before last. It was a lot of near misses. But Golden State, is their Big Three era over? We will see in the next coming months. If I had to bet on it, I say they'll trade Klay Thompson if I had to bet on it. But who knows? Joe Lacob and Peter Guber, the owners of the Warriors, they have all of their chips at the middle of the table. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring back Klay Thompson. This is Joe Lacob and Peter Guber, the owners of the Golden State Warriors. So be on the lookout. We all gonna be on the lookout to see where Klay Thompson lands, or does he stay in the Bay Area? Now for both of the games tonight, I'm gonna start off with the first one, the Miami Heat and Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers, they've been on a late season game turnaround, because when Joel Embiid, when he got injured back in late January, everybody thought that they were going to have a tough time getting into the playoffs, which just them making it to a play-in tournament after they were seeded at late January is beyond me, because before the Joel Embiid injury, they were fourth in the Eastern Conference. Now, since Joel Embiid has came back, they won 6 out of their last 7, and plus they have a big game tonight against the Miami Heat. Now, another thing, when it comes to the Miami Heat, we already know that Miami Heat, their culture is be tough, drug it, grind it out, make the game look ugly, keep it close, and then we'll win at the end. But tonight, for the Philadelphia 76ers, I think that Joel Embiid, he'll have 25 to 30 points a game, and plus it'll be somebody that comes off the bench for the Philadelphia 76ers. It could be Nicholas Batum, it could be Robert Covington, it could be Tobias Harris, or Buddy Hield could easily come in and drop 10 to 15 points a game. But as far as the Miami Heat, I believe that this game, make no mistake about it, this game is going to be close. It is not going to be a blowout. I know what I'm going to get from Jimmy Butler. I know what I'm going to get from Bam Adebayo. Now, I don't know what I'm going to get from Tyler Hero. Maybe some bench players come off the bench and give them a boost. Maybe Thomas Bryant, Jamal Cain. And who knows? Kevin Love. He might come out and have a good game, have 20 points. Caleb Martin, he can also have a good 20-point game. But as far as tonight, I think since with the 76ers being at home, they know this is a big game, and they know that everybody is picking them to win, and they are already favored in this game by the spread is 3 points right now. Currently 3 points at 10:03 a.m. If you're on the East Coast, 10:03 a.m. It is a 3-point spread as far as the Philadelphia 76ers being a 3-point favorite tonight. So as far as this game, I got the Philadelphia 76ers winning this game. I'm like, it's hard to go against. It's hard to go against a home team when they have home court advantage this late in the season, even though that this is not the playoffs. This is a play-in tournament. If you have the crowd behind you and you have home court advantage, you should be able to win this game. Now, necessarily, it didn't work out well last night for the New Orleans Pelicans, but the 76ers are getting healthy at the right time. They are. So I think that the Philadelphia 76ers will win this game and play the New York Knicks. So the next game I'm going to talk about is the Atlanta Hawks and Chicago Bulls. Now, this is a game that's I'm not too particular in like who is going to start and who is going to play, but I have to. So we already know the Atlanta Hawks are led by Trae Young. They have Javante Murray. Then on the bench, they are going to have some bench players come off the bench and step up tonight. And you also have Clint Capella who could give you a scoring punch. But what I want to talk about is the players that are coming off the bench. DeAndre Hunter, he's a starter. He's a starter. Wesley Matthews, he could possibly come off and give you 10 to 15 points off the bench. Wesley Matthews, he's a legitimate scorer. Obviously, since he's gotten older in his career, his role in teams has decreased a lot, but he is still able to get you 10, 15. Jalen Johnson, he can also come out and give you 10 to 15 points. Atlanta is going to need all the help they can get tonight in this game. Now, this game is a toss-up for me. This game is really a toss-up because both of these teams are in the same boat. As I like to say, they are at the bottom of the barrel in terms of record, and this is why they are playing in the play-in game. Now, as far as for the Chicago Bulls, outside of Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, Alex Caruso, who else is going to give them scoring production? We already know Andre Drummond. Hell, Andre Drummond, he could. I mean, what else they got? I mean, Andre Drummond, he could give you 15, 20 points this game, disappear for about 3 or 4 games, and then come back and give you 20 and 25. Another thing, only thing I see is DeMar DeRozan. He is the driving force for the Chicago Bulls. I believe tonight, DeMar DeRozan, he is going to have at least 35, 40 points for them to win this game. If he doesn't, I believe those points are going to have to come from somewhere else, like Zach LaVine or Nikola Vucevic. And Vucevic, he is really not a dominant scorer, so it's basically, in Chicago, it's basically almost a one-man show. It's a two-man show, excuse me. It's DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and then there is everybody else. Now, at the end of the day, as far as defense for the Chicago Bulls, Alex Caruso, he's a great defender. I believe that he is going to have a couple of steals tonight and a couple of blocks. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I'm going to make my prediction on this game right now. At the end of the day, This is a toss-up. Both of these teams are the same. They have the same type of playing styles. If I had to take one of these teams, I don't know what it is. I'm going to take the Chicago Bulls because I believe DeMar DeRozan, he is going to have a huge game tonight, particularly the 35, 40-point variety. So I got the Chicago Bulls winning this game and the Philadelphia 76ers winning the first game. And with that, those are my predictions for the NBA play-in tournament games tonight. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the notification bell to get notified of all my shows and reaction videos and other content. And remember one other thing, the key is always on time.